Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a story time, and this is a story time pretty much about my friends breaking up, I guess you could say. Um, so, there it is, sorry. So, yesterday, March 27th, um, one of my friends, I have made videos about them before. I forget what I called her. Let's call her Cassidy. Okay, Cassidy and her girlfriend Kayla. They were they have been together off and on for about 2 years now. And Cassidy wanted her and Kayla to get married. And so when I was down in my hometown, about a month ago, she was trying to push the wedding up and make them get married like that week. And she was like, "Oh, I want to get married like that week. Like, this is what I want to happen. Like, blah blah blah. Let's go to a courthouse." So everything seemed to be okay. Everything seemed to be fine. And then I get a text from Cassidy. Cassidy's like, "Hey, can I tell you something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." I'm like, "Yeah, what is it? Everything okay?" She goes, "No, me and Kayla broke up, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm so in love with her," things like that. She went on and on. And I'm like, "What happened?" She goes, "I don't know." She's like, "All I know is that she said that I am, what did she say? She said that I am a cheater and everything else like that." And I was like, "Okay." So I text Kayla and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on with you and Cassidy? Are you guys okay?" She's like, "No." And I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "What happened?" She's like, "Jade," she's like, "she doesn't do anything with me. She doesn't watch TV with me. She doesn't watch movies with me. She doesn't cuddle with me. Doesn't do anything." So basically, pretty much, she's saying that Cassidy just sits on her ass and is dull as shit and doesn't say anything or do anything. I was like, she's like, "Would you ever date somebody like that, or would you break up with them?" I said, "Honestly, I'd break up with them." Like, me and Abby, like, we're not dull with each other. Like, yeah, she'll sit on her phone while we watch movies and stuff, but she'll watch movies. And when she's interested in them, she will watch them. But she does get on her phone quite a bit. But, I mean, that doesn't bother me. All she's getting on is Facebook. It really doesn't bother me. But anyway, so then she was like, Kayla was like, "Well, I'm just not in love with her anymore." Like, basically just telling me that she doesn't love her and that, that she hits her and that, that Cassidy hits Kayla. And it's just like, oh my God, it was a whole crazy mess that was being said to me. So, after this text had been going on back and forth between me and Kayla and me and Cassidy and everything, me and Cassidy had stopped talking, and then me and Kayla kept talking, kept texting back and forth, because I'm more of Kayla's friend than Cassidy. And Cassidy, I've known Cassidy longer, but I met Kayla through Cassidy, so that whole thing, that's how that happened or whatever. And then, so we were about to go to bed. We were literally about to go to bed. I was eating something, and we were about ready to go to bed. And Abby gets a call from her friend, and they were on the phone for like an hour, like an hour and a half hour. And I'm trying to call Kayla, because Cassidy, she messages me and she says, "Hey, can I tell you something?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "So, my ex-boyfriend came over." And I'm like, "Who?" And she's like, "Kyle." Let's call him Kyle. She's like, Kyle. And I'm like, ew, like, really? And she's like, yeah. So how'd she get there? She goes, I went and picked him up. I'm like, oh, okay. And so in my head, I'm thinking, like, oh my God, what did you do? Like, I'm like, did you two do anything? And she's like, no, like I love Kayla. And she's like, I would never do anything like that to Kayla. Like, I love her to death, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I'm like trying to figure out what the hell to say, because I didn't want to keep this from Kayla, and I didn't want to tell Cassidy that I was going to tell Kayla. And I was thinking in my head, like, back and forth, like, should I tell her, should I not tell her? Like, I just don't think that that's right. And I'm gonna mention this before y'all, like, get mad at me for even saying anything to her. Kayla had just left earlier that day. And then Cassidy was getting, like, text messages, like, all day at work or something like that. And she finally gave in. So at 7 o'clock, when she left work, she went and picked up Kyle and then brought him back to the house. I said, well, how long has he been there? She's like, since 7. I'm like, oh my God. I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, okay. She's like, he won't leave. Like, oh my God. She was like, he won't leave. And he's begging me for money. And he bought beer with it. And he's smoking cigarettes. And blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting here like, okay. And she sends me this picture of him. I don't have the picture anymore, but she sends the picture of him to me. And she's like, see, he's sitting right there. And I'm like, oh my God. And she looks comfortable as shit. Like, she's in, like, under her blanket, in her chair. Like, he's on her chair, or on Kayla's chair, and he's sitting there smoking a cigarette. He looks comfy as hell. He had his charger out, his phone was charging, he had a cigarette in his hand, he was watching TV, he had everything in his hand. And she's, like, messaging me this. And I'm like, do you want me to call to, like, get rid of him? She's like, no, don't worry about it. Sorry. She's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. I'm like, oh my God, okay. So then I end up going to bed. I'm, like, trying to get a hold of Kayla, and I'm like, hello, like, come on, call me. And she was like, I'm going to bed. She's like, I'm going to bed. Can you talk tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So then I called her today, and I'm telling her all these things. And I found out today that she had texted her ex, Bethany, and made her text him and tell him that he needs to leave so that she can come over or something like that. And, like, I told Kayla this, and Kayla's pissed. Like, Kayla is pissed. And she was like, texting Cassidy, all this stuff. Now Cassidy's pretending that threatening to kill herself. She only does this for sympathy, and she just always does it. It's how she is. When she doesn't get her way, she cries and acts like a spoiled brat. And even Kayla was like, she acts like a spoiled brat. She gets whatever she wants, and when she doesn't get what she wants, she cries constantly, and then cries to her mom and spread all these lies, which is true, because when Bethany and Cassidy were together, Cassidy would beat the shit out of her. And Bethany would just take it. And she said one day that it got so bad that Bethany punched her and everything. I'm sitting here thinking, whatever. Like that's just a bull-faced lie. Like, Cassidy would never hit anybody. Or, Bethany would never hit anybody. So, I don't know. But their relationship drama is causing me stress. It's causing my girlfriend stress. It's causing everybody stress, and it's even causing him stress. And he doesn't even know what he's talking about, but I don't know. It's just causing so much stress, and I'm not losing my girlfriend over this bullshit, because it's... Are you okay? He's fine. I'm just tired of the bullshit. I really am. Like, I'm sick of the drama. I'm sick of everything going on. Like this whole drama with Tony, I'm done with. Like, I'm just done. Like, he still hasn't wrote me about Gabriel. Nothing. I'm done with it. I don't care. Me and him are done. We're over with. We've been done for a very long time. since he cheated on me. So, I don't know, since he told me he didn't love me. But anyway, I'm going to get off here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.